Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 350. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo.
Oh, shit, we got the red in there. And to celebrate 350 episodes of Throwdown, we're joined by two guests. Right, first up, one of the founders of Throwdown, who's been with us for many, many years. You know who it is, man. Not that guy, though. Riku San One, the only one.
Peace. What up, people? What up?
All right, and it's been a little bit too long since we had this man on. Like, we used to have him on semi-regularly, but I don't know. Even though I talk to this man literally every day. But we are very honored, privileged even, to be joined by Mr. Richard Bailey Jr. of the Coalition.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
How's everybody doing? Rich, man, what's going on, brother?
It's been a very busy time of the year.
Yeah, it certainly has, man. So just keep people updated who may not know what's going on with the Coalition these days, man.
Oh, well, you know, we had a lot of cool things that have been happening for the Coalition recently. I'll just take a quick moment, give a shout out to Mr. Anthony Frazier. Last week, he released a project that me and Gary helped him work on, an Audible original about, it's called Raising the Game. It's about Jerry Lawson,
Yes.
who played a role in the starting of the cartridge. That was a great project to work on. I'm glad that it's finally out there because it was done a while, but we were waiting for them to Audible to do their little bit of touches to the project. But yeah, please do feel free to check it out if you have an Audible subscription. We might be getting access to some, a way to give you better access to that soon. So stay tuned for that. I do want to give a quick shout out also to Mr. Gary A. Swaby and Miss Dana Abercrombie. We found out last week that our Power podcast was actually mentioned and quoted on TV.
Oh.
Excuse me? Really?
Oh yeah, it was an advertisement for the Raising Kanan show. That was pretty awesome to see. So now my expectation is that I Am Negan will be the next show to get
Yes.
quoted.
Adam couldn't join us tonight. He's very tired, but yeah, he's the part of. He does that with you and Carlos, and that's awesome, man. That's great. That's a good feeling. That lets you know that your work is being heard by many people. So that's amazing, man.
Definitely.
Also keep us updated on the book, because obviously based on our video games, that's our subject matter. So it would be cool if we could give it away to a Throwdown listener.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll have some more information on that soon. I know some other details. There's going to be another announcement regarding that project soon, but I can't talk about that yet because that's something that Anthony has to announce. But stay tuned. You're going to hear a lot more about that project very soon.
That's what's up. All right, Enrico, what's been going on with you lately, man?
Man, just out here gaming, doing my thing.
How many plats you got now, man?
You said what recent plats I got?
Yeah, recent well, your total plats so far, and what were your most recent ones?
Total 228.
Damn.
And then the last one was Samurai Warriors 5.
Oh yeah, you've been plugging away at that for a little bit.
Yeah, these Muso games, man. I really do think that one probably broke me on Muso games. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm getting any more Muso Platinums after this.
Damn.
I'm getting too old for this motherfucker.
That's crazy, man. That was like your genre, basically,
Yeah. I definitely do think it's a myriad of things that probably led to me coming to that conclusion. But I would say one of them is probably because I've been playing more genres. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because remember your boy used to be like, "Hey, this game's just like Dynasty Wars to get you to play anything."
Mm-hmm.
That don't work no more, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Riku, man. I was just thinking about like Actually, damn, I had a brain fart. I completely forgot what I was going to tell you. Probably remember later. But yeah, 228 platinums. That's impressive, man. Shit.
Yep.
Oh, that's what it was. I gotta give you shit about Final Fantasy X, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's what it was. Like, bro, you got to make that one of your next platinums, or do you have like a certain amount of games you need to go through before you get to that one?
It's the second one. There's a few games I want to knock out before I tackle Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
In regards to Final Fantasy, I think the only one that I want to knock out before I tackle 10 is 7 Remake. I still haven't played 7 Remake.
Yeah.
So, because I remember I was when I was playing 7, and then I moved over to 8 and 9. I was like, all right, time to move to 10. Everyone was like, you got to play Final Fantasy Tactics, man. What you doing? I'm like, I'm not gonna play any of the spin-offs right now.
Fuck that.
I'm just gonna stick to the main shit. And he's like, man, those Final Fantasy Tactics guys,
Yeah,
man,
they're crazy. Yeah,
going crazy. So I was like, fine. So I played Final Fantasy Tactics. That was a good one. But yeah, I just was like, all right, well, if I'm doing Tactics, let me just knock out 7 Remake while I'm here, and then we'll move back to 10.
Yeah.
So. And I was kind of waiting for the PS5 version of 7 Remake to come out. So it did come out, but I was in the middle of something when it came out. So 7 Remake and then 10.
There you go. Yeah, because got to play that X, man.
And you got the PlayStation Plus version of that, right?
No, I have the. No, I went ahead and bought the.
Oh, okay.
The PS5 version. I have that.
Actually, I mean, it's the PC version, but I still want to get your take on it real quick. What's your take on the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters? Because you played all of 6 of those games, whatever iterations they were. What do you think of these? Would you be interested in them if they came to console?
If they had like, man, I don't even know, because it's like if they each had, it would be interesting if they each had their own platinum, but I probably wouldn't be interested in playing them again. It really does depend. I do think in regards to 1 through 6, this is good for Final Fantasy 3, 5, and 6 in particular, because I think the current versions that we had, at least the best versions that we had, they weren't all. I think they were like the best versions were the Game Boy Advance versions, and it still wasn't. Those still aren't from an audio standpoint. They weren't as good as the PS1 versions. But the PS1 versions have their own issues in regards to like loading times and whatnot. So for those 3 games, I would say these are the best versions to play for those, especially Final Fantasy 3. I don't think there's the only other version of Final Fantasy 3 other than the NES one was that shitty 2DS one.
Yeah, the 3D game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a really ugly looking 2D, really ugly 3D. 2DS game. Yeah. Nintendo DS game. I played that one, and that one was not all that. I think as of right now, when I look at all of the Final Fantasies that I played, that's my least liked one. So.
Yeah, so maybe that's one you may want to revisit. Maybe it's better and it's more of an original form, you know? It's funny because I do have that. I haven't played it, so what I'm going to do is, because my next Final Fantasy I need to play is 9, right? And then I would have played all the ones I want to play, but then that still leaves 3 and 5, so I'll play those this way, you know?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to do it, because 3 and 5 are 5 from a gameplay standpoint. 5 is a sequel to 3. The whole class system.
The class system. Yeah, I call them the job system games. 3 and 5.
Yeah, you're gonna like 5. I don't know about 3.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Here's the thing: I want to play 1 because I like that game, but I also don't want to replay that game because I have other Final Fantasies I should be playing, you know. But I probably will fuck with 6 again because I really enjoyed that one, and I want to see how much better they made it. Even though I had to play a modded version of the SNES version because that one on Steam is basura. Like, I'm not trying to play that, you know. Trash, even with the mod. So I just took it because I already had the SNES version, so I modded it to have the translation, I think, of the Game Boy Advance. I think that's what it is. But it's still the same Super Nintendo version, basically, you know. But I couldn't, like, because they had some like weird like they named the spells weird. You know, it's like fire 1, 2. It's like no. It's it's fire Faraga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to name them right. Yeah. You know, that would fuck me up the whole game. You know. Anyway, so let's get into it, man. We got a lot of stories to cover. Controversial stories, Richard. So be ready for this one. First we got to talk about the main one here. Horizon Forbidden West, people. All right, so pre-orders are now live, which got people initially excited until they found out that you buy the PS4 version, most versions, that's another thing, you can't upgrade to PS5. Very controversial, costs a lot of heat, and if you look at the chart, you need a spreadsheet to figure this shit out. Like, you need to buy the digital deluxe edition. That'll get, I think it's $80. Correct me if I'm wrong there. That'll get you PS4 and PS5 version. There's another version, a Staria or some shit, some Final Fantasy type of sounding name, and that'll get you the PS4 version as well. But every other instance, if you buy the PS4 version, you cannot upgrade to the PS5 version. Not even $10 or nothing. You just cannot upgrade. Yeah.
Whatever happened to cross-buy?
Nothing.
Shit, I mean, literally, all of this confusion can get thrown out of the way for one instance. Any version that you buy of this game, you get the PlayStation 5 version. Doesn't matter. It's all one version. Just stop with this bullshit where we gotta play piecemeal. If you buy it, you get it for PlayStation 4. You can play it on PlayStation 4. Then you can bring it on over to the PlayStation 5. Done deal. But they want to play this game of like, oh well, you get this one or you get this one. Just stop it.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run through the fact real quick, and then we'll take it from there. All right. I'm going to skip the first couple questions. Okay. Can I play my PlayStation 4 version on a PS5 console? Yes, you can. All right. Can I upgrade my Horizon Forbidden West PS4 version to PS5 version? To access both the PS4 and PS5 versions of Horizon Forbidden West, you need to purchase the Digital Deluxe, Collectors, or Regala editions. Here's my favorite part. Dual entitlement, which is Sony's term for cross-save or cross-play, does not apply to the standard or special editions. Right?
That sounds so hoity-toity.
Yeah.
You're entitled.
Let's see. Here we go. Can I upgrade my standard edition to the deluxe edition of Horizon Forbidden West? There are no plans for an update offer to standard to digital at this time. I have bought the digital deluxe collectors or Regala edition. Can I play this on both PS4 and PS5? Yes, as an owner of deluxe collectors and Regala, you will receive a digital entitlement. Here we go again. For both PS4 and PS5 versions, your save data will be transferable from PS4 console to PS5. So yeah, that's the hard. There's other shit, but we don't need to talk about that. Yeah, it's nuts. Riku, what's your take on this, man?
Going into this generation, I kind of thought that collector's editions would be the ones that would have this whole, both versions in there. I always thought that was the way they were going to go about it. But, at the beginning, they weren't. Some games you got it for free. Some games, they were a $10 upgrade. And now I see they're doing it's behind the collector's or deluxe editions. So it's very inconsistent across. It seems like Sony is leaving it up to whatever the developers want to do for their game in specific, and they don't have like one main mandatory way that is for all PlayStation games. So it's very odd that they just. I guess that's typical Sony when it comes to like certain things. I remember when trophies first started. You remember trophies first came to the scene? It was like Sony was like, well, it's up to the developers if they want to put trophies in their games or not. And then eventually, I think it was like 2009. They were like, all right, it's it's mandatory now. Every game from every developer has to have trophies moving forward. Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be the same case here, because obviously this is something in regards to last generation, and then that's something that Sony since the beginning of time, honestly, after the PlayStation 3 era, that's when they really stopped caring about previous consoles. Like I remember when I was one of those people, and I was like, man, they're not really doing stuff with the Vita when they were focusing on PlayStation 4, and all those guys like, the Vita's dead anyway. We don't need any more updates or anything like that. I'm like, see, fucking Vita haters. But now, when it comes to PlayStation 4 motherfuckers, and Sony's keeping, doing the same thing, they're not really caring about, their old shit. They're really focusing on their new shit. All the PlayStation 4 guys are like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm like, I guess it sucks to be a person that cares about a PlayStation device that PlayStation doesn't care about anymore themselves, huh? Feeling my pain. It just is what it is, people. This is how Sony always moves now these days. It's like, if you don't have the latest shit, man, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, one thing I want to address real quick that you brought up, and this is my first sticking point with this. I hate the fact that it's not consistent throughout all their games, right? The upgrade path. Some games give it for free, some offer for $10. In this case, you don't offer it at all. And then you get down to the nitty gritty shit with the save system. Some games you got to install the previous PS4 version to get the save transfer. Other ones you're fine. It's frustrating to see, and I hate to compare it, but I need to compare it. It's frustrating to see Xbox doing this shit so smoothly, smart delivery, bam, you're good to go. No matter what version of the game you buy, you're set, your saves, you're good. And then Sony's just fumbling the ball here, And you could understand between PS3 and PS4 it wasn't even the same architecture, fine, but this is the same shit, x86, right? So it's just insane that they're just leaving it up to developers when there should be one unified thing, especially within their own studios. I could understand if you had this nonsense with third parties. Okay, I mean, it would still be shitty, but this is their first party titles, and you can name different paths for all of them. Think about it. Miles Morales and Spider-Man, you need to download the old version of the game so you could transfer your save. Ghost of Tsushima, just transfer it like whatever. It's stupid. So again, it would be nice if they just streamlined it, but I mean, either they can or they don't give a fuck. I don't know which one it is.
I think it's they don't give a fuck.
I don't think they give a fuck either.
Because like I said, with fucking PlayStation 3 and Vita, man, you can't even fucking use party chats on the Vita anymore.
Oh wow!
They turn that off.
It's just when PlayStation Network continuously updated, they didn't keep the Vitas. You know what happened? It was when PlayStation 4 got the update that allowed party chats to be hosted more than 8 players. That's when everything fucking went to shit. Because the Vita, when you try to join one of those chats, the Vita's like a chat room that you can be in that has more than 8 people, does not compute, and then it just says error, right? So even when you create your own party on the Vita with just Vita people, it just says does not compute. You literally can't do it. And I was just sitting here like, Sony, you guys are ever gonna fix this? Nope. You just can't fucking use party chats on the Vita anymore. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no fucks given, man. That's crazy. Rich, what's your take, bro?
Well, first and foremost, it sounds to me like Sony wants the West to be forbidden for a lot of their customers. So it's a perfect scenario. It's the name of the game, and this is the scenario. I think it's a very foolish decision by Sony because, I think if their goal is that you want people to get a PS5, why not offer an upgrade path for those that decide to get this on their PS4 so that they have an option to upgrade later when they get a PS5? It doesn't make any kind of sense. And one other thing I think we do know for sure, even though this is coming to PS4, I mean, I pretty much expect it's going to sell more on PS5 anyway.
Agreed.
Even though PS5 is, they say it's still scarce and hard to get one, I think we know for sure it's going to sell more on PS5. So I just don't know why Sony just doesn't say, okay, this is a PS5 game. Let's forget about PS4 and just make this PS5 only. But I don't know. They're shooting themselves in the foot with all of this because wasn't it stated in the very beginning this was going to be a free upgrade?
Yes, that's the other sticking issue. If you go to the original blog post when this game was first announced, where they first said it would be cross-gen, they said it's going to be, I think they said free upgrade. So I'm like, yo, you guys are going back on what you said a year ago. What's going on there? Are we going to address this or not? And my thing is, the free thing isn't even a problem for me. I'm just like, can you at least have a path? But the fact that they're kind of going back on their word, that's very troubling too, man. And I'm glad people were calling them out on that, but I don't even know if Sony's going to respond,
They ain't going to respond.
People were trying to defend it. They were like highlighting the keywords in the original post saying, look, if you look right here, it says it's in regards to the launch titles.
I saw that. Yeah,
people Horizon is in the launch title. Yeah, they're trying to defend it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, people are going hardcore, defending this shit. capping for it. By the way, I'm using capping in the original sense that, they're fucking shilling and shit, not lying. I don't like how they stop changing the meaning of slang words. Anyway, Rich, I want to touch on something you said. I was going to say it for later, but I'm going to jump on it now. Yes, the only reason we have all this confusion, besides the fact that Sony doesn't have smart delivery, is because this game is available on last gen. If this was a pure, think about it. Do you have this problem with Ratchet and Clank? Do you have this problem with Demon Souls? No, you don't, because it's only on one fucking system. So and here's the thing, and I want people to understand this, because people on Twitter can't seem to understand that's like you could hold two different thoughts and still be consistent. I fully understand the logistics of putting this game on PS4. There's 110 million users versus 10 million. I understand that on paper it makes perfect sense. If I was Sony, I'd be like, yeah, cross-gen all day, every day, right? That's a good business move. But as a customer, it is really frustrating that people have a new console and they don't have new games for it effectively. This is just an old gen game. You're holding the whole industry back because you're trying to make games for systems that people complained were out of order or whatever when they first launched. Remember that shit when PS4 and Xbox One first came out? People were saying this shit's already outdated. That was the main complaint with the fucking systems. That's one of the reasons why we had the PS4 and Xbox One X, right? So now it's okay to tether these games to those consoles, those dusty ass consoles. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Again, I understand the business side of it. I fully understand that. But as a consumer, it is annoying, And some people say, oh, Tony, you're being selfish. I'm not being selfish at all. I'm trying to look out for everybody. Because think about it like this, right? If you have a game that's purely made for PS5, right? Let's say you can't get your PS5 right now because it is hard to get, right? When you do get a PS5, because it's not impossible to get them, you can still get a PS5, you're going to have a brand new shiny game that's only playable on your system. And it's the best it could possibly be. So it's not a matter of being selfish. I'm looking out for everybody here, because if I was being selfish, I'd be like, well, fuck them. I got a PS5. I don't give a shit, but I'm trying to look out for everybody. PS5 users are getting hosed. PS4 users are getting hosed. This is fucked up, and it's just sad to see people defending this shit, Anyway, so by the way, you guys just heard basically what I ranted about on Twitter for like 3 fucking hours today. I was livid, But believe it or not, good conversations all around. No, it didn't get toxic. Like a little bit heated here and there, obviously, but I was actually pretty okay because everybody, despite some of these differences we had, everybody still agrees this upgrade path is bullshit. Nobody was at least defending that, Because I think one of my boys, he put up a chart, like there's like 9 different SKUs effectively. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy, man.
What cockamamie person thought that this was a good idea? Seriously, why make obviously these people don't understand fucking marketing, because simplicity is always key. The more hoops that you have people have to jump through in order to get something, then it gets annoying. And what's going to happen? People are just going to choose the simplest answer.
Yeah. That's the problem is, what is the simplest answer in this scenario?
Just buy whatever the one is that you see first.
Yeah, actually, I do have an answer, and I don't like to tell people what to do. I'm telling people what to do now.
Just buy the PS5 version. Right?
Buy the PS5 version. Wait, if you have a PS4 right now, don't buy the PS4 version. Do not buy it. Wait for the PS5 version. That's what I suggest, because you're gonna get hosed. You're gonna get hosed. Either that or buy the $80 version, and then just wait until your shit unlocks on PS5 when you get it. Go ahead, Chris.
There's 2 interesting things happening here, and I'm going to lay this on Jim Ryan's feet because I blame him for this 100%. I don't believe for a second he let Guerrilla Games or anyone decide this. He decided this, and so there's 2 things. There's a scenario where, like you said, he's looking at the 110 million user base on PS4. He's like, oh yes, we have to open up the market, sell to those people. So we need to release the game on that. But then he's doing a tactic like the airlines do with calculated misery. It's like, okay, how can we make this frustrating for PS4 people so that they'll want to move up to PS5 and have an easier time? Then he comes up with this busted ass upgrade system and the cost of like, oh, if you go from PS4 to PS5 and you get the director's cut, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you're making everyone's head spin where they just go, I guess I just get a PS5 and then this will be easier. But that's a stupid thing to do. It's like, you don't adopt that. Like this should have been simple from the get go. This should have just been a PS5 exclusive and just been like, hey, look, this game is now only available on there, and then you move the customers up. Yes, there's a chip shortage or whatever, but you need to push. This is the current gen. You need to push people forward. So yes, while you have support for them, you rely on third parties to support your legacy system, which is what the PS4 is now, and you make your first party titles, especially these AAA first party titles exclusive for PS5, and that will push people forward. Don't do this crazy like calculated misery thing with like upgrade paths and like different SKUs and like that bullshit. That is like the dumbest thing you could have done. And all you did was create confusion. And when people get frustrated, guess what? They won't buy anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It has the opposite effect.
I don't know. There's a small amount of people that won't buy anything. I think they still want this motherfucking game. But here's the thing, Tony. You brought up something. You brought up something very interesting when you said or PS4 users just go buy the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
I think if Sony had the opportunity to go back in time at the beginning and start all of this shit over and make anything unified, they would have dropped this dual entitlement thing day one across all of their motherfucking PlayStation 4 games that have PS5 versions. Because at the end of the day, that is the one that gets them the most money. If they have some sort of way to get every single motherfucker to buy the deluxe edition and get an extra buck out of them, they would have had this day one on next gen. I think moving forward, there's a high chance that we're going to see this dual entitlement be the thing that become consistent. Just like I said, just so that because obviously PS5 people, when they buy it, they're already paying $70, so they're already paying more than $60. They're probably sitting there like, how can we make those last gen losers pay more than $60? Because we're sick and tired of this $60 shit. Ooh, dual entitlement. They want these PS5 versions right now, right? So I think moving forward, like not God of War, but people are rumoring that God of War might be on PS4.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, then
I don't think it's a rumor. I think Sony flat out said it's coming to PS4, dude.
Okay, so God of War. I wouldn't be surprised if God of War does this dual entitlement as well. You won't see. I don't think God of War is going to have its own different thing that we haven't seen before. I think it's going to have this dual entitlement thing as well.
Dual entitlement.
I think also, the name is ridiculous. Dual entitlement. That's a stupid name.
Yeah.
That's you almost put in people's heads like, oh wow, I don't want to feel entitled. I should just get this for one system or something. Like, I don't know. It's a dumb name. It's a dumb strategy. I guess
it feels like they're making fun of certain gamers that feel like they're entitled to certain things. Or like, oh, you motherfuckers feel like you entitled to both versions, and here's your dual entitlement. Now pay us, motherfuckers. Yeah, I could see, like I said, man, I'm calling it now. Dual entitlement is here to stay, unfortunately.
I'm gonna try to share my screen. I gotta show you guys something here. Let's see if I can do this right. Here we go. Hopefully this works.
Yo, Tony, hit me with the graphics.
Oh shit! Hold on, people. Give me a sec here.
I'm a vamp.
No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Let me do F11 here. Oh shit! Hold on. Don't want you guys to see my porn. Damn it. Okay, here we go.
You got some of that hentai that Malik was talking about?
Yeah. All right, give me a sec, guys. Just fiddling with this. The stream is still running. Damn it! I'm trying to embiggen this shit. Anyway, here you get it. This shit's kind of blurred. Okay, so I'm gonna run down. That looks fucking terrible, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to run down the different editions of this game. So you have the standard edition on PS4, which is... Hold on, is that right? No, it's PS5, excuse me. Standard edition on PS5, $69, $70, right? So that one is no PS4, obviously. Then you have the digital deluxe edition here, $80, dual entitlement, right? I can't read all this shit because it's all fucking... blurry. I wish somebody would make a high-res image of this. Anyway, that one gets you the PS5 and PS4 versions. Then there's the standard PS4 edition, which is $60, no upgrade path whatsoever. Then you have 6 other versions of this game, right? You have the Horizon Forbidden West Launch Edition PS5. I don't know what comes with that. It's $70. Horizon Forbidden West Special Edition, which is $79 for PS5. Horizon Forbidden West Launch Edition for PS4, Horizon Forbidden West Special Edition on PS4, and then you have the Horizon Forbidden West Collector's Edition PS4 and PS5, and Horizon Forbidden West Regalia Edition PS4 and PS5. Look at all this shit. Like, yeah, that's streamlined. You know, come on, man. It's fucking insane. So just had to share that with the people because it's nuts. So yeah, man, it goes here. It's like you said. It's like, where's the simple path? There's none.
Where's the simple path? And why are we playing this game where every single person has every single studio has some sort of different variation of the same thing? They need to make if they're gonna do this shit, it's gonna be a company-wide policy, you know, at least within their own fucking games, you know. But they want to play this game where, we charge you with the $60 version, then we got to play the $70 version. No, just throw out one version, and then once you buy it, you can take that shit to any version that you want. Doesn't matter. Don't even bother saying, hey, you can also play the PlayStation 4 version. Just say whatever version that you got, you can play the damn version of it on your console. So if you got the 4 or you got the 5, doesn't matter.
Sounds like smart delivery. So what you're describing, my friend.
Well, it's called cross-buy in the dimension of PlayStation. Remember that, guys?
Yeah, that's what PlayStation used to call it, but then Xbox took it instead. Now they call it smart delivery.
No, it's because they fired all the guys that actually created that sort of idea. All left or got let go. So now we're in a whole new can of worms right now.
Yeah.
Remember Crossbuy in its prime? You used to get a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation Vita, and a PS4 game.
Yeah,
all for one price.
Yep.
That was it in its prime. That's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. That's literally what smart delivery is now. And again, I'm not even trying to turn this into some like console versus console thing, but it's there. They're doing it right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we just call it $60. You get whatever version. You know, it's absolutely insane. Carlos, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They pretty much I like what Riku said about, you know, the whole dual entitlement. It's like, yeah, you guys want to feel entitled? Pay us. You know,
right?
That's essentially what they're saying here, and I don't understand, you know, why, you know, PS4 owners, obviously you have a plethora of PS4 owners that want to get a PS5, but a lot of those people can't get a PS5 and probably won't get a PS5 when this game launches. So it's good to let them have the ability without paying up the ass for paying a premium to get the game and being able to play it on PS5 later.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. $80, I think that's the best way to go for PS4 owners that want to get it also on PS5, right? From what I understand. So I don't understand how they didn't even at least 70. You know, it's like, hey, pay the price of the PS5 game, and you get the PS4 and the PS5 version. That's all it is. It's just,
you know what I find funny? Yeah, you know what I find funny, right? Like people are saying, "Oh, it's still too early to make PS5 only games. We're still too early in the generation." Nobody said that about fucking the
any generation prior.
Yeah, not only that, but when Infamous Second Son came out, nobody said that shit. Everybody's like, "Yeah, PS4 exclusive. Let's go." And there were less PS4s in the wild than there are PS5s in the wild at that point. We got to take that into consideration too. Yeah,
it's a different time.
Yeah, but think about it. Despite the chip shortage and the Rona, the PS5 is still the fastest selling PlayStation console in history.
Well,
right?
That's the part that people don't understand. Yeah, it's not like they're selling less; they're selling more.
They're selling more.
The only thing that the chip shortages hurts is the excess of demand, not their estimates of demand. PlayStation and Sony had their orders in for however many consoles they thought were going to release during this launch, and that's what they got with the manufacturers, the semiconductors, and everyone that sends them parts. Like they assembled all of these the consoles that they wanted to get assembled for this.
Yeah.
It's the fact that there's been an exorbitant amount of demand for PS5s that they can't be like, hey, can you make more real quick? Well, that's when the shortage comes in. That's when the issues come in, because there's a lot of bottlenecks with that. But yeah, 10 million consoles within what, a couple of months.
Yeah.
It was the fastest selling console in PlayStation history. Maybe
still
I don't
is.
even know its history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation history is still the fastest selling. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not, and because again, people fucking on Twitter, they love like just simplifying everything, black and white. I am not saying that the PS5 is easy to get. It is not. I'm saying it's not impossible to get. That's all I'm saying. 10 million sold. Even if you take away 10%, which is a million because of the scalpers, that's still 9 million consoles sold. You could get this system if you try hard enough. I'm not saying it's easy. You can't just go into a store, which is bullshit because of what's going on right now. But you can get the console. And again, when the PS4 was out, when it had and Logic Wins, right. Nobody said this shit about Killzone Shadowfall. Nobody said this shit about Knack, which were launch games. Nobody said, how come I can't play this on my PS3? Nobody said that shit. But now things are different. Now we need these games on everything. It's bullshit. It really is, man. And maybe I'm too old school, but I'm like, there should be a cutoff point for generations. We're done with this generation. Moving the fuck on. That's it.
Well, how
Backwards
come
compatibility
Nintendo
is
can
cool.
do it?
And the thing is, you can't even say like, oh, Tony, you're not being considerate. What about the other people who can't get these games? They will get it eventually when they can get the PlayStation system. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not like they could never play it in their entire life. When they get the PS5, those games will be ready. Those games ain't going nowhere.
Hell,
They'll
they'll be
probably
cheaper
play
by the
better.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll play better, and they'll probably be on some sort of PlayStation Plus fucking discount sale or some shit.
I just realized that you're right. They will play better because they would have patched all the bullshit. That's something we got to deal with nowadays.
Well, also the loading.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Again,
And
I'm not buying
probably
any of this
ray
shit.
tracing,
Yeah, you're right. Think about it. Because when you got Spider-Man on day one, right? You didn't get ray tracing at 60 FPS. You had to wait for that. What if you're that person that buys this game a year from now? You're gonna get all that shit day one.
There's still. I think I saw a fucking update for Miles Morales maybe 2 weeks ago talking about another ray tracing update. I'm like, who the fuck's still playing that game? yo motherfuckers over there and Sony are crazy. Y'all should be updating fucking Ratchet.
Yeah,
they still updating Spider-Man. That's crazy.
Well, by the way, I'm glad you brought up Miles Morales. That game sold more on PlayStation 5. Think about that. But it's too early to make next gen only games. Yes, I understand that you're gonna sell more or additional sales on the last gen. I understand that. I believe Miles Morales was 60-40, 60% on PS5 and 40%. 40% is a nice chunk. Yeah, overall, yeah. 40% is a nice chunk. Don't get me wrong, but it tells you people are ready to move the fuck on. And that was when the system had 2 million sold. Now we're up to 10 million. So I'm not trying to hear that shit, man. I'm really not. But people make excuses.
I'm with you, man. I mean, I guess it is old school line of thinking because whenever I got the Nintendo, I expected Nintendo games. When I got the Super Nintendo games. It's there's the cool thing about having cross-gen is the backwards compatibility side. That's cool because we have the hardware and it's streamlined enough where older games can play on this new hardware with no problems, even with some added benefits too. So that's cool, but if the fact that you want to make it so, where we have to, everyone from the PS4 has to be able to play this game, it's just to stop trying to act like you're a freaking Robin Hood and shit. It's you just want to make the most profit. I don't care what PR speak you're trying to do. You're just trying to make the most profit off a game. It's there's no reason why Horizon Forbidden West shouldn't be a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
You're still going to make bank. Same with God of War, even more so with God of War. Especially with all this time, God of War is not going to come out anytime soon. It's probably, if it comes out next year, it's going to come out later next year.
Yeah, because think about it. Horizon's coming out in February. This game ain't coming out in March. It's going to be later,
Yeah. I think second half.
Yeah.
And we might even find out next week about it.
We might. Oh, yeah. I mean, by the way, we're not really going to delve into that because I don't want to do speculation. We'll talk about that. Actually, no, we'll stream that shit. We'll do a live stream for that and then talk about it next week,
Oh, by the way, we were talking about patches just real quick.
Yeah.
Chris, remember we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
I've been playing it right now, and the one thing that I've noticed is, when you do the duels or when when you do duels, right? And it's you have to hold the triangle button. The recent patch made it so that the triangle button is actually in color. Before it wasn't in green. It was just, I think it was grayed out.
Oh,
It was
really?
grayed out, like the whole text. Yeah, it matched the whole. It says whole triangle.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
all gray. Yeah, it was all gray.
It is.
Oh, I thought
It
that
is-
was a stylistic choice. Interesting.
It is now in green, as well as when you're talking to people, like when you have like dialogue options, like
Yeah.
you usually have two. Now
Yeah.
those are in color.
Oh, nice. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you get this shit later on, you're gonna have access to all that shit. The game is not going anywhere. You know. By the way, I want to answer a question real quick from JSEF007. What's going on? I like that. Big James Bond fan potentially. By the way, that new trailer for James Bond was fucking dope.
What? Excuse me?
Yeah, man, go check out. They just released it like yesterday, I believe. It's
Oh,
really
I
cool.
need to check that out.
Yeah. Are we upset because Sony promised this, or are we upset because Xbox offers this and Sony doesn't? Both of them.
Oh yeah, both.
Oh yeah,
both.
so it's both those reasons.
Both of
yeah.
those. You know.
You gotta set. A lot of times you have to set the precedent in order to, people. Back in. Let's take it back. PlayStation 3 days. There's a lot of Sony fans that were like, we don't need trophies.
Yeah, I remember
There's
that.
there's a lot of Sony fans that said we don't need online, we don't need chat, we don't need all of that stuff. But Xbox forced their hand and set a precedent, and then people were expecting this stuff from them.
This is why we've been telling you motherfuckers that competition is good.
Exactly. You know.
Because imagine if Xbox wasn't here and PlayStation was doing this dumb shit. Everybody would be like, well, I guess this is just how it's gonna go. You niggas wouldn't know any better.
Well, think about it. Why do you think Nintendo gets away with that shit? You know?
Nintendo gets away because every time you try to question Nintendo on shit, what's the first thing Nintendo niggas say? Well, Nintendo is in a realm of their own. They're not really they're not really competing against
Oh my God.
PlayStation or Xbox. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Stop giving them passes and shit.
I don't know how many arguments we've had on here
Yeah.
with
yeah.
Brett.
With Brett, let's just be real with
Exact
Brett.
thing.
Saying the same shit, right?
Yeah.
Saying the same exact thing. Where
So, Riku, but hold on. I got fucked up right now, bro, because I'm imagining an alternate reality, a variant reality where Xbox didn't exist. We wouldn't have any of this shit for PlayStation. No cross chat, no cross buy, nothing, bro. We still be texting each other through chats and shit.
Motherfucker, exactly. We probably wouldn't even have party chats in the goddamn consoles.
We wouldn't, But Xbox firsthand, this again, which is why we tell people competition is a good thing. We wouldn't have fucking trophies if not for Xbox.
Yo, high key. You're correct.
Yeah. Come on now,
We wouldn't have
And if
backwards
you-
compatibility.
When you think about it, Xbox made me a better gamer.
Oh,
And-
I only started taking games in harder difficulties seriously because I wanted that motherfucking trophy.
yeah. No, dude,
Well, you
I'm the
don't-
same way. I've never played games on hard. I'm like, what the fuck is the point? Platinums came in. I'm like, oh, I better play these fucking games on hard now. you know?
But you
That
don't need
motherfucking
a-
trophy. Time to get good.
You don't need a variant reality. Just buy a Switch, and then you'd see what would happen if there's no competition.
That's right. Oh man.
You have none of that stuff. No party chat. No trophies.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
yeah,
oh,
think about
that's
it, man.
all there.
When
Think
I
about
talk
it.
to your
Look at
friends,
it-
you gotta
look at
pull
it
up a
li-
phone app and shit. You know.
Yo, think about this. Think about this, right? Think about this. What's the next Switch that's coming out? What are they getting?
OLED. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And Vita had that shit back in 2011.
And Riku,
Right?
In typical Nintendo fashion, they're like, "Oh my god, OLED screen! This is amazing! It's incredible! We've
This
never
is
seen
amazing.
it
This
before."
is next gen, baby. This is
Alright,
next
bro.
gen right here.
Like,
We over here.
what?
Nigga, Vita been doing this shit since 2011. Where y'all niggas been? but this is Nintendo doing it. This is like different.
Nintendo fans are like Apple fans, bro.
It's like
yeah,
what else did the Nintendo Switch OLED do? Nothing. It doesn't need anything else.
It has
Oh
a
my
bigger
fucking God.
kickstand.
Yeah.
You're forgetting about
Basically,
that
I'm like-
improved kickstand.
Calm the fuck on.
Yeah,
That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, it would just take. It's not. We're not saying that. There is a possibility that PlayStation and them would have gotten trophies, but it would have been in PlayStation 5 era. It would have been taken way longer than, had they had
Introducing
competition.
trophies. You know?
Introducing trophies in 2020.
Yeah. Jim Ryan will be announcing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it's crazy, man. Anything else you guys want to say about this? By the way, prepare for us to repeat the same conversation when God of War Ragnarok comes
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said.
Dual
Dual
entitlement. We'll be
Yeah.
repeating this fucking buzzwords.
Yeah,
Over
dual
and
entitlement.
It's here to stay, people. Get used to it.
Yeah. If this was the old Throwdown, this episode would have been called Dual Entitlement. So fucking-
Let's just call a spade, man. Dual entitlement it sounds like something a fucking scumbag came up with.
Oh, damn! Damn.
Again, I lay this at the feet of Jim Ryan.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, look, dual entitlement. I'm fucking paying for this game, motherfucker.
Whoa.
You can hear it in that British voice. It's dual entitlement. All right, bro.
I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's what it makes it feel like. And some of these idiots buy into
you're
that.
entitled.
Like Sony's charging you premium for premium games, man.
By the way, I don't expect Damien to listen to anything that was said in the last 20 minutes.
In the last, what is it? We've been going for like 50 minutes here. And all this shit is just.
Yes. We praised Xbox.
Yeah, we praised Xbox.
20 minutes of just blank. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, Betty, what was I saw Jim Ryan there. You know? You see this shit. It's hilarious. All right, any last thoughts on this topic?
I was waiting for Carlos going, yo, man, fuck Jim Ryan.
Yo, man,
There you go.
Jim Ryan.
There you go.
There
you go.
There's Jim Ryan.
He's Dr. Evil.
Yeah, for you guys listening at home, Manny has a picture of Jim Ryan as Dr. Evil. Oh, man. All right, let's move on. More controversy here.
Oh.
Got it. We briefly touched on this on the Sunday show, but things went fucking bananas. We got to talk about it. Austin Evans' controversial PS5 heatsink video. For you guys who don't know, there's this YouTuber called Austin Evans who he got it's a Japanese version of the PS5. It was a new model, new SKU, and he took it apart. Come to find out that the heatsink is actually smaller than in the current version, right? He did like a heat test. It wasn't like an official heat test. He just tested out the exhaust and found out that it was actually hotter, right? And he said that in his opinion, it's bad for the PlayStation to do this. And we on Throwdown agreed. We're like, yeah, this could be a problem, you know? Like, I'm going to just assume, I'm trying to be nicer, I'm going to just assume that the heat inside the PlayStation 5 is within Sony's tolerances, right? But it's still something to worry about. None of us here saw any problems with that video, right? But the PlayStation guys did. Apparently, they've been hounding this dude since, because this happened over the weekend, I believe. They've been hounding this dude like crazy. Apparently, they even tried to dox him. It got bad. So he eventually had to put out a follow-up video, you know, just explaining himself. And my thing is, like, it's sad that he has to do that because there was something wrong with his initial video. Even Digital Foundry, they did kind of a response video to it. And they were like, yeah, that video's fine. You know, they did their own tests and shit. Obviously, Digital Foundry's, you know, I think they did a more thorough test, but it's like, it's just crazy how, like, PlayStation guys have kind of flipped the script. Like last generation, it was the Xbox guys that were really defensive and reactionary, and now it's the PlayStation guys that are really defensive and reactionary. But to sink to that level, to give this dude heat, yo, and I know that's a pun right there, heat over the heat sink, but yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Carlos, what's your take on this whole Austin Evans shit?
As the president of PlayStation, I would like to say I'm very offended at these accusations.
The fact that he's jiggling it,
and he should apologize for everything he said about our wonderful console, the most powerful console that has ever existed, more powerful than Xbox or any other thing. Thank you.
Oh man, thank you, Jim Ryan. Carlos, what's your take on Austin Evans and the heat he's been getting?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. He didn't say that PS5s are going to crash and burn. He just said it's hotter, and he thinks that it's better if it's not hotter. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the new SKU is probably going to be within the limits of within the ranges that the PS5 was designed to take, or at least the SoC was supposed to take in terms of heat. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine with my PS5. Oh, I'm fine with my PS5s. Shout out to Fergus Mills.
You already know.
Oh, shout out to Carlos, and then by proxy, Fergus Mills.
Yeah, shout out to everyone, man. I've even had this issue. I was playing Ratchet and Clank. I had my PS5, and this is on the regular PS5. I had it within how do you call those? It's like
an enclosure.
An enclosure, yeah, it's an enclosure, but it's not a full enclosure. It's just a 3-sided enclosure. Yeah. So the front isn't enclosed.
Would you have it in a cabinet?
Yeah, it's like a cabinet kind of thing.
Okay.
But with no door or anything like that in the front. And I was playing Ratchet and Clank, and by the way, I got the platinum.
Hey, my man, your first platinum ever, man.
Well, no, not the first one, but it's close. It's closer to 1 than 100.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
Riku.
You know?
And if overheated, it shut off my console. I was like,
Wow.
damn. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe, I even gave it some leeway. I'm like, oh, let me just take it off, put it on the top of the thing, nothing covering it. But and that's just and that's the one with the good heatsink, or the big heatsink that dissipates more heat. That's the whole purpose of. I think they went overkill with the heatsink, but that sometimes that's just necessary, man, because you don't want that SoC chip to get that hot. I mean, there's different types of environments. There's not everyone. You could be living where Jagon is in Saudi Arabia, where it gets fucking hot.
Jagon, he likes to play with dragons.
It's it's better to be safe than sorry. I think what Sony should have done, and obviously we know why they're doing this, but what they should have done is just wait for the PS5 Slim. Because I think that's a better way to do this implementation. Because obviously, the reason why they're doing this, and I agree with, I don't know if Digital Foundry said this, but Austin Evans did say this. And it's not like I'm a fan of Austin Evans. I
never even heard of this dude until this shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, they're doing it to save costs, because there's less parts, and not only that, I think he said that it's like almost half a pound lighter.
Yeah.
So it helps with shipping. When you're shipping a ton of these things, it adds up.
You're right. It's like a pound. I don't know the exact measurements.
Half a pound or something.
Half a pound, yeah. But you're right. If you add all that together, bro, you're saving money. And the reason they have this version, and I explained this on the Sunday show. The reason they're doing this is because the PlayStation 5 is now profitable. So when consoles become profitable, that's when they go, okay, let's make a cheaper version of it now. They always do this shit, But again, I didn't see any problem with it. We discussed it on the Sunday show. It's like, yeah, video's fine, But again, people took umbrage to it because he said, oh, it's going to make it worse. Theoretically, it could, But even in the video, yeah, exactly. It's not going to make it better, But even in the video, he said, this is not an official test. This is just what I think, But it makes sense. A hotter system is not a good thing. Like any idiot could say that, Yeah. So I don't know, Chris. What's your take on the blowback my man's been getting?
Well, the blowback's ridiculous, and I agree with you and Carlos. Like, if you don't change anything in the system but put in a smaller heatsink, but the heat exchanges don't change, the voltage on the CPU doesn't change, you didn't change anything about the heat dissipation other than like, oh, we could lower costs. Also, copper is expensive, so they're probably cutting costs by reducing the heat sink. But you're not improving the heat dissipation, the voltage. You didn't change a chip. You didn't do any of the things you would normally do to reduce the size of the system, except put in a smaller heat sink. That's not going to help anything. So he's right. He was right. Like, the fact that people are getting pissed at him, it's like, don't shoot the messenger. He's probably going to be right about this, and we'll see if they put out a PS5 revision, that new SKU here, and that starts happening what he said. Like, you're going to have the more intensive games and people playing long hours. If your system starts crashing or locking up and you can't post anymore, well, then is he going to get an apology? No, but I guarantee
you're not even going to remember the motherfucker.
No, you're right.
Well, and not only that, Chris, wait until we start playing the actual PS5 games.
Yeah, the ones that push the system, like the exclusive that really pushes the system, and then you have that thing, and then what's that going to force Sony to do? They're not going to put out a revised chip. They're just going to put out a big patch that's going to lower the voltage and slow the system down, and then everybody's going to suffer.
Yeah. So yeah, again, it's like elementary shit. It's like hotter system, not good. Like that's the most caveman way of putting it. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, heat, hot, bad.
Hot system, not good.
Rich, what's your take on this, man?
Oh yeah, well, I chalk this up to the fanboys, because they I guess they did not like the way that this guy was talking about this new PS5 hardware. I did get a chance to see the video also, and was very surprised to hear that there was blowback, but not incredibly surprised. I think Sony obviously found value in this video because you need to know whether or not you're doing a good job with this hardware, and that was the whole point of him talking about the system, was to let you know this is what the pros and cons are of this other version of the PS5. So for those that were angry because he had some negative stuff to say, they probably need to go outside, do something else,
Go outside and touch some grass, baby.
Yeah, go touch some grass, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's ridiculous that they would come after him. That's ridiculous. I don't understand that, but yeah. It's unfortunate, but I guess it's a lesson learned for him.
Yeah, unfortunately. Riku, what's your take, bro?
Man, I have no opinion on this, man. Like, this is this fucking internet going crazy on some shit, like always, man. I pass.
Yeah, all right. Manny, what you think of all this nonsense?
Well, again, it's uncalled for because it seems like it's just people just don't like what this guy is saying, and they're just chalking it up to him being some sort of agenda, sort of X-bot sort of guy and that sort of stuff.
He got a lot of that. He would say, "Oh, you're a paid shill." They lobbied that at him,
He's a paid shill. I mean, come on, man. He's just a YouTuber. He found this new version of the console and he wanted, and he did like a lot of what do these guys do on YouTube. They open the damn thing up and tell you what's inside of it.
Yeah.
And what he saw was there's more heat. Now here's the thing: it's like, yeah, if it's throwing if it's throwing out more heat, I guess maybe it's doing its job. Who knows? We don't know what he didn't do any sort of specific stress tests or anything like that. So I think this information is good information, but I also think it's also benign information because he's not the type of person that would do an extensive stress tests like some of these guys on YouTube actually do. I want to see Digital Foundry take their hand at it. Them doing the thing. I want to see some of those other guys whose specialty is to break down consoles and fix them and tell you how the insides work on them, like Ben Heck or a couple of the other guys.
Yeah.
So
even this dude admitted, like, this is just first impressions. I will do a better one later. He even admitted it.
Yeah. So and then that's no reason to start messing with this guy. At the same time, it's like, number one, there's a lot of things that we don't like what people say. But does that mean we're going to go after somebody because they said something? They have the right to say these things.
Yeah.
Right. Again, and he again, there's always the chance that he could come back and be like, all right, let me look at all these things. Let me see what this is doing. Let me touch this with the heat tester, that stuff.
Exactly. But people, again, because they're not happy about what was said because they got to defend their plastic.
But again, so it's like, why do you, it's not like this is your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't your mom. You ain't talking about your mom. You ain't talking about your family. You're talking about a fucking piece of plastic that you spent $500 on or $600 on.
Well, $500. There's no $600 console yet.
Whatever. I don't know.
Unless you got scalped for it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, maybe that's yeah. But you spend all this money. I understand that you want it, but at the same time, you also have to be able to take take these sort of things that you may think is negative.
Yeah.
And there may be right information coming from this guy. I just don't think it's the reason to go after the money and I'll go after their livelihood, go after their family, sending fucking doing that doxing shit. It's garbage.
Yeah, it is. It's pathetic. It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, what if everyone can just bind together, even if they disagree with them? It'd be useful because it'll move Sony, it'll get Sony to say something about it. Be like, hey, we did this because we think that, we can reduce the weight, we can reduce the heatsink, and it'll still run fine. As long as as long as they clarify about it, instead of just being mum about it and releasing it without much people knowing, It'd be good.
But that's usually how those sort of rolling revisions sort of go, isn't it? Like they just sort of do the little revision to it, and then they just don't really say anything because it wasn't really like a significant revision, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can be significant. Who knows? We'll find. We'll find out when.
We'll
It
know.
could be.
We'll know when people's PlayStations start catching on fire. You know, I think I said that on the Throwdown Your Questions too.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, man. Let's move on. Next thing.
Oh, real quick.
What's up?
I mean, sometimes it's important. Even like back in the 360 days, there was a chip. You know, when Xbox they did I think it was the Jasper chip. I forgot the name. They used that chip. It was a new chip, and those weren't getting red ring of deaths like the other ones were. So you know, sometimes it's useful to know when, even though these revisions we don't see them on the from the outside, it'd be good to know like, hey, they did this, and this is why we did the revision. It'd just be good to know. Be more transparent.
Yeah, nothing wrong with transparency, man. All right, next up, more controversy. A lot of controversy this week. Mm-hmm. All right, this one concerns PlayStation guys do not want to accept the fact that Starfield ain't coming to PlayStation. Once again.
Why do they need to keep reiterating this shit?
Because these guys don't accept it. Okay, so what happened was Pete Hines of Bethesda, he had an interview. I don't know where the interview was exactly, right? You know what? I'll read what he said. Okay. There are Xbox brands that exist on other platforms first and foremost. I think that's important to note. Minecraft didn't just stop existing on anything once Mojang got bought by Xbox. It's a massively played game on all these other platforms. It's not sorry, you're never going to play anything by Bethesda again. Certainly there are going to be things that you're not going to be able to play on PlayStation. Starfield, it was announced as a thing that's on Xbox exclusive. I don't know if I would go as far as to say you're done ever playing stuff on PlayStation. But again, I don't know the answer to that right now. That's what he said. People saw, wait, he's saying that Starfield could come to PlayStation. Dudes ran with it. They ran with it like hardcore, right? So one dude, I'm not going to say his name, but he goes, Uncle Pete, were you suggesting that? It didn't seem like you and Aaron Greenberg were, but it looks like you need some clarification. Because again, by this point, everybody was going, or not everybody, but the crazy PlayStation guys were like, oh my God, it's coming. And they were throwing shade at the Xbox. See, you guys are losing exclusives already. They were going crazy. So Pete Hines himself, he replied to this random dude. He goes, no, that isn't what I was suggesting. And he had a gif of someone grasping at straws. So that already lets you know. And then another guy, he goes, see, now that you said launching exclusively, they will come back saying it will release later on other platforms. Aaron Greenberg, replying to a random dude, said, we have tried to be as clear as possible, not a timed exclusive. This is simply where the game is being made. Right?
Well, we said this a long time ago when they first said this. Like when they made the deal was like, okay, number one, they never said if they established first and foremost that this was going to be a PlayStation title, yes, it's going to come out. Just like how what was that game? Deathloop. Deathloop is still coming out on the PlayStation 4 5, excuse me, and it's a timed exclusive, right?
Yeah, now it is. Yeah.
Because
it's coming to Xbox Game Pass next year.
Well, we also had said that like Microsoft didn't spend all that money on Bethesda to start making multi-platforms.
Share games.
Like, yeah. They want exclusive. Starfield was something that was way out, and they could make it exclusive. You need a reason for people to come to your platform. That was perfect. They purchased it, and it's like that's it. That's exclusive, right? And that's only the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. By the way, guys, Elder Scrolls is also exclusive too.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5, that will all be exclusive. But here's what he was saying. And Rich, I'll let you go next. Here's what he was saying. He's basically saying, if a game already has a legacy like Minecraft, right, or I guess Elder Scrolls Online in this case, it's going to stay on every platform. They're not changing that. But a new game, that's going to be exclusive, right? So, like, think about it. We just had Elder Scrolls 5 re-released on PlayStation because that's a legacy game. That
Elder Scrolls 5.
Yeah, it is Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
Skyrim just got re-released, dude. You know,
Okay.
so that came out. That came out on PlayStation because it's a one of those legacy titles. But new games will not. Actually, no, I do understand because they can't accept the fact that those games are not coming. Right? That's what it really comes down to. Rich,
Yeah.
what's your take on this? The fact that PlayStation guys still cannot accept the fact that new Bethesda games will be exclusive to Xbox.
Well, yeah, I think it is foolish. I thought that it was very clear with all the moves that Microsoft and Bethesda were doing that this was going to be exclusive to Xbox. But what I have to say is, and this is going to be controversial,
Whoa.
I personally think Starfield, right now, in my personal opinion, the most overhyped game of 2022. Because we haven't seen anything.
And Pete Hines would agree with you. He would
Oh, he
agree
would?
with you. Yes, he said. I think he said on one of the shows. He's like, we like it was like this little thing that they're talking about. He's like, people are so excited for this thing. We haven't even shown anything yet.
That's right. By the way, real quick, Jay Shep says, I agree that Starfield is not coming to PS5, but why not just literally say this game is not and it will never come to PlayStation? They did say that. They did say this is exclusive to Xbox. They said this already. Uncle Phil said this already, you know?
So
Phil said it. They said it. Everybody. How many times? It's like fucking Return of the Jedi when fucking Obi-Wan literally had to say to Luke Skywalker, "Yes, he is your father," and he killed. You know, he had to remind Luke Skywalker that Darth Vader is his father again in the second movie. How many times do you need to say this shit? It's already been said. And again. People want to look at the information that be selective about what information is said. Even with that Pete Hines interview, he's talking about legacy. Yeah. He's talking about old games. So yeah, if it was an old game and they want to re-release it, sure, it's happening. But if it's all new shit, no, that's all locked down.
No, you're right. Literally, people saw the part where it said some games are coming to PlayStation. They saw Starfield, clink them together. Oh, hey, shit, it's coming. You know, it's crazy.
Again, if you look at the Starfield reveal, the initial one, and any of the subsequent stuff that before Microsoft actually made the purchase, they never said exactly what console it was going to be for. They just said that it's in development. They never said whatever it was going to be for, and that at least that assumption at the time when we were first looking at this was like, okay, yeah, Starfield's not coming because they didn't put any sort of PlayStation stamp or Xbox. They didn't
put a ring on it.
The same thing they didn't put they didn't do with Elder Scrolls either.
Yeah,
but Deathloop did.
Yeah, that's right. Rich, continue, man.
Oh no, I just was going to add. I thought it was pretty obvious when they acquired Bethesda, and then you have the reveal at Xbox conference.
Yes.
To show this game. This was the first game they showed, if I recall correctly.
Oh, hold on, Rich. I got just a little addendum to what you said. Not at the Xbox conference, the Xbox plus Bethesda conference.
That's it. Yes. That's it.
Just to bring that point home, you know. But you're right. They showed it there, out of all places. The first game. You know, and again, Jay Shep, dude, they said that. They flat out said this game is exclusive. You know, so I don't know what other way they could say that. Like he wants them to say it's never coming to PlayStation. Maybe they just need to do that, just so people really understand.
And people will still figure out some stupid way. Oh, it's never, but never doesn't mean always never. There was a movie called Never Say Never Again with James Bond in it.
Now they don't know that, man. They're too old.
But it's like that line from Dumb and Dumber, where she's like, "It'll never happen. It won't happen in a million years." Yeah, so you're saying there's a chance?
You know, so it's just funny. I'm reading this off of Forbes. The headline is Microsoft is running out of ways to tell people that Starfield is an Xbox exclusive. It's true.
I mean, they kind of are.
Like, how many ways can you say the same thing? I don't know, man. People are tripping, you know.
Yeah,
but maybe they should. Maybe Aaron Greenberg and Phil Spencer and Pete Hines to just sit down in front of a video. Maybe Hassan is in the background somewhere, you know, and they need to be like, "This game is never coming to PlayStation." Maybe they need to do that. I don't know, man.
No, but if Hassan is in there, then they're gonna say, "Oh, it's fake."
I just realized. Remember when Phil Spencer did that video and people were like, "Oh, there's a Switch behind there. He's going to buy Nintendo." So what if Phil Spencer's doing a video and Hassan's like, "Oh shit, that's it." You know, he bought Hassan. He bought Blue Box.
Oh, you got Hassan.
You got Blue Box.
Blue Box Games is coming to Xbox.
By the way, I'm so glad we don't have to talk about that shit anymore. I think people finally
go. Oh my
God!
Thank you so much. Hopefully he just stays in whatever hole he belongs in for a while.
Anyway, any other thoughts on Starfield Xbox exclusivity and people not wanting to accept that?
Pussy ass niggas.
Yeah, Riku, man. All right. Speaking about stories that, okay, we're glad we have to talk about Blue Box, but here's a story we have to keep covering.
No.
You know what game it is.
No, stop it.
Oh God.
All right.
Actually, no, that's not it yet. I jumped the gun.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got to talk about Midnight Suns though.
Okay.
All right, so they revealed Midnight Suns. I mean, I think they first revealed it over the weekend, right? Because we talked about it on the question show. Yeah, we were asked like what characters we want, but we didn't know what kind of game it was. We just assumed, hey, Firaxis is doing this. It's probably going to be some kind of strategy game, maybe like XCOM. Well, it is turn-based, but it's not a strategy game exactly.
What you talk about, Tony?
It's a card battle game.
Oh no, it's Metal Gear Acid all over.
Metal Gear Acid.
Oh God.
My thing is, dude, this exists already. It's called Contest of Champions.
It's called Power Stone, not Power Stone. Fucking
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
No, but I'm saying Marvel already has a card battle game.
Yeah, they do.
What's the point? By the way, I love how the trailer said an exclusive AAA experience. I'm like, the only thing AAA about this is the budget for the licensing. That's it. You know? So, Rich, we'll start with you, man. What do you think of Midnight Suns being a card battle game?
Well, I think that the sun has already set on this game because from the very beginning, and I was the most disappointed because I did think it was going to be an XCOM type of game. So I was not happy to see that, and of course, 2K is the publisher. 2K loves to put microtransactions in a lot of their games. In the NBA 2K games, some of the wrestling games, they always put microtransactions in there. So I was wondering, how are they going to put microtransactions in that? And then I got my answer when I find out, oh, it's a card game. And they have the cosmetic stuff, which I'm sure you will be paying for if you want to, change up your character with all these different cosmetics.
Here's the interesting thing. They came out right away to say the game has no microtransactions. Do you believe that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Man.
They claimed that.
I don't know about that. The thing is, they have to make some kind of money off of this game. I know they also said that there's 12 heroes in the game, and they're going to take their time and reveal them over the course of the next couple of months. I would like to know how many of those characters are going to be available at launch, and how many are going to be content DLC, paid DLC.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Hold on, whoa, here we go. So, Rich, there actually will be microtransactions, but only cosmetic ones. The reason they have to say that, the reason they say is because this is a card battle game. The potential is there for you to buy packs and all this other shit,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But just the fact it's a card battle game, I not that I had it on my radar because I don't care about the Midnight Suns, but like as soon as I heard card battle game, I'm done, right? And I got to bring this up because some people on Twitter were saying that I was a hypocrite. You're gonna love this one. So they said, Tony, you like turn-based games. How can you be against this? I'm like, I like turn-based games. I don't like card battle games. Okay, when I'm playing Persona, I don't have to build a fucking deck. I don't have to worry about RNG. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. The only thing this has in common with a turn-based game is that it's turn-based. That is it. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy. People are like, oh, it's the same thing. No, it's not. It's like, oh, the only difference is that instead of a menu, you go through cards. Really? Come on, man. How dumb and reductive is that?
That's that lies is the problem because card games have a randomness to them.
Yeah, RNG.
Whatever you pull out, you don't know what it is. It's like playing Final Fantasy and all of a sudden pressing the fight button and then they threw a magic spell out.
Yeah. It's yeah. So fuck that shit. Like again, if you are into those games, fantastic. I hope you enjoy this. But for me, I checked out. I was like, nope, I'm good to go. And a lot of people were of the same mindset. And the thing is, I'm sorry, it looks cheap too. Like my thing is like, yo, this is a card battle game. Like you should at least make it look good. You know, they didn't even do that. I would not be surprised if this game's available on mobile too. You know. But again, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. You already have a Marvel card battle game that's been around for years. You know,
yeah, and that's been doing quite well.
I previewed it too, by the way. I'm pretty sure I previewed a Coalition. It's like that's how long this shit's been around. You know,
Contest of Champions, right?
Yeah, Contest of Champions. Yeah, it's still going. I still get emails about that fucking game. You know, here's the latest. Here's the latest facts.
You know, I have to give it to that Contest of Champions game because that game has come a long way since ripping off Street Fighter moves. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Shit
when they were ripping up the super move animations from like Chun-Li and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, what about the rest of you guys? What do you think about this game being a card battle game?
Well, I didn't care about this game to begin with, so it's like they couldn't lower my expectations anymore. That's just I just laugh when you said that. I was like, okay,
card
that's
battle
great.
game.
And I don't know how you're gonna compete with like Manny said, Hearthstone. People have picked their poison. You got motherfuckers still playing Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. You already know.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you're right. It's kind of, Chris, similar to MMOs. Like people kind of already picked their poison. So launching a new MMO is a little bit of a tricky proposition, you know.
And when they compete with, you said Contests of Champions, like you already have a viable card battle game and you made another one?
Oh, hold on. Good question. Jay Shep goes, would you guys play it if it was on Game Pass? I'm going to answer this like Martin Lawrence. Hell no. Just because it's on Game Pass don't mean I'm going to play it, especially if it looks janky. You know?
No, I mean, it's funny because it's like, oh, just because so is that like the dumping ground? The Game Pass, you just dump a bunch of garbage.
That's
hey, look, I'm just gonna.
That's what people think, man. That's what people think. You know.
Number one, not everybody watches all the garbage that's on fucking Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
That's why I canceled that shit.
I'm about to join you soon, man. But yeah,
you don't want to watch Stranger Things season 2?
Yeah, I don't watch it. Period. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just watch Castlevania, finish that off, and then cancel it. You know. But yeah, I don't think there's anything more. Yeah, what's up?
You can cancel and you'll still be able to watch it until the month, like whatever.
Oh yeah, the month is over. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think we have anything more to say about this fucking game. We don't care. Our interest, whatever little interest we already had, like whatever, don't care. You know, do not care. All right, now we talk about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. Oh. By the way, so this was interesting. So
wait. Before you start, let's look at Carlos's ray tracing on his screen.
Yeah, look at ray tracing right there, man.
Yeah, see all that wonderful ray. Okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, so this was a little bit confusing. So earlier, whatever day this was announced, right? At the beginning of the day, they said we are on track, or at least a report, they didn't say, but they were on track to release the next gen, I'm air quoting right here for you guys listening, the next gen version of the game this year, right? Then 2 hours later, nope, we don't know. We can't promise.
Oh my god.
Oh, yo, what a disaster with this game, bro. Every week, there hasn't been a single week we haven't talked about this game. Think about that. How many weeks have we gone through already this year? 30? You know, it's like, whoa, what is going on here? And it's never good news with Cyberpunk. So here's another one, you know. But my thing is like, yeah, you need to fix the game. You know, how about that? It's still broken. And they had the audacity to say, oh, we have it in a working state. No, you don't. I played that shit on PC the other day. It's still fucking janky, you know. So what the hell are they talking about? Like, what standards are you using, bruh? Let me know. Because
I mean, their standards were out the gutter when they released this shit.
That's a fact, man.
So yeah, I wouldn't take their word for anything. Just Yeah. I've been wanting to play this game too.
Me too. I want to go back, man. You know, and again, when I was playing a little bit on PC, I'm like, man, there's something good underneath, bruh. There's some good underneath, but they fucked up. They fucked up. Rich, what's your take on this, man?
Well, I think they're going to have an uphill battle when they release this next year because of all the games that are coming out next year.
That's right.
But yeah, they definitely shouldn't rush it, you know. And I believe there also was going to be some DLC.
Yeah.
That they was also going to release. So all of that, I think, is on hold until they fix the game, and then maybe we'll see the next gen versions. But they're going to have a lot of issues when they release this next year, and then other people are going to be playing, you know, Horizon, Zelda, all the games dropping next year. If they are all coming next year, then no one's going to want to come after this.
Yeah, Halo Infinite co-op is coming next year. Oh man, you know, and Rich, what I find funny is like they were like, oh, it's difficult to patch a game that's been released. Maybe you shouldn't have released it in the first place. Maybe you should have fixed it. You know, come on, man. That's my thing. It's like, yeah, listen, if the Rona is making development that hard, then don't release the fucking game until it's out. You know?
Yeah.
Again, the only good thing that came out of Cyberpunk fiasco is that everybody's delaying their games now because they're like, oh, we don't want to release a buggy piece of shit either, you know. I mean, it sucks we can't play games, but I'm like, I think in the long run it'll be better. But Cyberpunk is a cautionary tale right now. Go ahead, bro.
I hope that Microsoft is paying attention to this with Halo Infinite because I definitely have an issue with Halo coming out in the middle of a week because that's when it's supposed to come out. December 8th is on a Wednesday, and I've never heard of a game releasing on a Wednesday. Maybe that has happened a long time ago in history, but there's a lot of issues with that game also. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Cyberpunk fans, hey, I'm pretty sure they'll be hyped when this does come out. It's just that I don't think if it's coming out next year, it's going to be very crowded. There's a lot of other things that people are going to be more interested in aside from this.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the kind of running kind of joke. It's like every game's been delayed to 2022. So how is this game going to find a niche for it? And Rich, you're going to find this interesting. So Halo Infinite comes out December 8th. Cyberpunk released on December 10th.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
So let's hope, you know, it doesn't suffer the same kind of issues, you know? Yeah, and it was originally supposed to come out in September, and we saw what happened. Maybe the game should have came out this December, you know? Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? I've said this. I said Cyberpunk should have been delayed a year. I don't think this game's going to be ready for prime time even this year, dude. Maybe it needed more time, you know? Anyway, what are the rest of you guys think? Yeah, Chris, what's your take on this latest fiasco?
Yo, I mean, let the Titanic sink, man. Like, holy shit. They're trying to bail water off this shit, and the band is still playing. It's like, no, this is over. Like, they've screwed up so much with this game. Even if it got to a state that it was what was promised back when they first sold it, if it was playable and everything was there, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late for that shit. You already burned everyone who did support it. You burned everyone who went out and bought a freaking Xbox One X edition, Cyberpunk edition. You burned all those people. So I don't think anybody's coming back. And then, yes, by the time it is playable, like you said, there'll be a ton of games, a ton more options. You're just left behind. Like, you're screwed up. Just take the L on this. Clean up your identity theft mess and the other shit you had to deal with besides Cyberpunk, and just work on Witcher 4 or something. Like, forget this game, man. It's lost.
Yeah. Carlos, any thoughts?
No, I agree with Chris. I think it's, this game should have released when it was ready. Obviously, it wasn't ready last year. It looks like it probably won't even be ready this year because they don't have the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions on check. These were supposed to be day one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard to take into account anything that CD Projekt Red says about this game because these are just like you're mentioning, these are becoming more of a cautionary tale for the industry. So, screw them.
Oh man, that's that. All right, and the last story.
Oh wait, you know
What's up?
one thing we didn't put was that is this connected to the Cyberpunk thing?
No, it's Resident Evil.
Oh well, there's one more thing.
Oh,
One thing that sort of passed
and one
through.
more thing.
There's also one thing that they also did. They also hired a bunch of modders to work on the game. By the way.
Oh yeah, to fix the game.
Yeah, I'm like, oh well, I guess you need somebody to fix the game because you're obviously not able to do it, right?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they really got the modding community to help.
Yeah. No.
So if that doesn't tell you what's up with this game, I don't know, man. All right, move on. Chris, get ready, man. Resident Evil. So they released the first images of Resident Evil Welcome to Racoon City, the reboot movie, and yeah. Chris, you're Mr. Resident Evil here. What's your take on this?
I was not too impressed by the cosplay pictures they put out there.
By the way, Chris, real quick, this is the second time in like 2 weeks where we've seen adaptations of like beloved franchises where it looks like cheap cosplay, Cowboy Bebop, and now this. You know?
Yeah, but where I can't even say that. I mean, this is below cosplay because there have been guys showing cosplay for like Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, and the cosplayers do it right.
Yeah, they do it right. Yeah.
Whatever Netflix is putting out there, that ain't Cowboy Bebop. That's deep garbage.
It's Death Note.
That's Cowboy Bob Beep.
Bob Beep.
No, it's Death Note. Remember Death Note? It's that
Oh,
shit.
geez.
It's that shit again. Yeah.
No, I don't want to remember.
So yeah, so Sony's doing this movie, and it's like, we got the diversity casting. It's like you got my cousin playing Leon, and what the fuck is going on?
Your cousin.
I didn't have too much issue with the casting because I think it's like the way the director was like, okay, we're just gonna go with people that they want to go with, right? But at the same time, the guy's suit doesn't even look fucking good. It just looks like he went to that fucking pop-up Halloween store and got himself a Resident Evil costume.
None of it looked good. Claire's more than a red jacket. The chick doesn't look like Claire at all. At least style her hair, right? Give her the ponytail and shit. And then, I saw people say, oh, look, they put Lisa Trevor in there. I'm like, this chick looks like she's wearing Michael Myers' mask with hair sticking out of it. This is bullshit. They did not put in effort in any respect. That I just think this is like ridiculous.
And then the director's like, yeah, rather than making it look like cosplay, but it does look like cosplay.
It looks worse. It looks worse. Like people go and they take fucking pictures, like do a cosplay, and they look impressive. I'm like, yeah, maybe you can't film that shit, but at least they put an effort. And this is people in their home with glue guns and shit, and they make it up. That's like Sony has millions of dollars. You got fucking screen gems. You got costume departments. You can hire people. Like you could go to Stan Winston's shop or Rick Baker and all these. You could go anywhere. You pay these people, and this is what you came up with. It looks like it looks like you went to Party City to dress these guys. Come on.
Yeah, it looks really cheesy, man. I'm skipping this. This looks so dumb. This and Cowboy Bebop, I'm good.
Oh man, yeah, I'm good. No, we got the anime, man. That you can't do better than that. You cannot do better than that.
Nah, you're good. So yeah. What about the rest of you guys? What do you think about Resident Evil cosplay, the movie?
Okay.
Don't care. Like fuck that. Oh man, Rich, what do you think, man?
I'm gonna keep this one simple. Dead on Arrival.
Yo, man, DOA was a shit movie too.
Hey, at least they had better looking costumes in that one.
Fighting was better, I can tell you that.
Yeah, this movie's gonna be. And there was some weird like puppet woman. Like what the fuck? Like, are you?
Yeah, that was Lisa Trevor.
That's Lisa Trevor. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Skip it. Pass.
Yeah, they're like, they have this interview with the director, like he's supposed to try to get it for the fans.
I'll get out of here with that bullshit.
But then they show that shit, and they're like, okay, this is garbage.
But that's always the excuse. That's always the fucking excuse. It's like, oh, we made this for you, and it's like, yo,
I didn't want that.
Nobody asked for that. Nope. Yeah.
Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna put this for the fans here. This shit is crazy, man. Look at this. This is Leon and Claire, right? Like, bro. All right, who else is on here? We got that. Here we got stars. There's Chris. Chris, at least I recognize him at least. You know,
Yeah.
like, and I guess that's Jill. I'm like, okay, that don't look nothing like Jill. You know.
Not my Jill.
Yeah. Hold on. God damn it. Yeah. There we go. There's that weird monster. Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, it looks like they just took. It's not even framed good. It's just this cheesy ass shot. They look like they went to fucking whatever the Halloween store. I feel like this shot looks a little bit better because it's inside of the mansion or whatever they want to do. But okay,
well, the one with Leon and Claire looks like it's in somebody's dingy basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. That is cheesy.
And this guy, and this dude's all talking about the atmosphere. I don't see no fucking atmosphere here. It look
That looks terrible. So
I've taken better pictures with a fucking iPhone.
I guarantee you, when I go to Comic-Con this year, I'm gonna take better pictures of Resident Evil characters than this.
When is Comic-Con again?
October or something.
October the 7th, I think.
Yeah, so it's in early October.
It's early October.
Yeah, 7th. Yeah, you're right, Manny. 7th. That's literally the first week of October. I guarantee you I'm going to see better cosplay. I guarantee you that.
Exactly.
It's insane.
You're gonna cam again?
Cammy can. I'm only going to go to one day, though, man. I'm not fucking around, you know? But yeah, so the dude had the audacity to say that shit. All right, bro.
Yeah, he's like, it's for the fans, you know. He's like, unlike those other Resident Evil.
All right,
I'm like,
bro.
I'm like, yo, this is the pot calling the kettle black here, son. You see, really.
I hear that. I see that. Yeah.
I'll put Michelle. That first movie, first Resident Evil movie with Milo Jovovich against this shit any day.
I would too. Here's the thing, with that movie, you could at least slot it into Resident Evil 1. It still works, you know.
Yes.
But this shit, I don't know. Man.
And when they threw in the other game characters, they looked like the characters from the game. Like Wesker looked like Wesker, and they dressed that chick, even though I thought she was tall. They dressed her like Jill Valentine. It's like you knew, like, oh, there's Jill Valentine.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You go if you show somebody in this picture, it's like, you know Resident Evil, right? Point out Jill Valentine to me. They'll be like, I don't know, I don't see her in here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the only one that's recognizable is Chris. That's the only one. I'm like, that's Chris Redfield. Like, there you go. You know? Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. You know? Like Charles Barkley.
And if you're doing this for the fans, then shout out to Barry Burton. Where's Barry?
Yeah, where's Barry Burton, man? Like our Barry Burton, where's he at? By the way, you know my man's gonna be at Comic-Con talking all that shit. He's not gonna be there. He says this every year. I'm not going to Comic. I'm not going to Comic. He's there.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Yep.
Are you gonna be there, right?
I don't even know if he's in the chat right now. Oh no, he is. He's in the chat. He's in the chat talking shit.
He knows he's gonna be there.
He goes, I guess I'll cosplay as Brad Vickers. There you go, brother.
Oh man.
Yeah, there he is. There you go. Yeah, he's putting up Space Ghost emojis. Fantastic.
Space Ghost.
No Barry, no bye. See, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. All right, that's enough of that nonsense.
And I guarantee they're gonna put out one of those statements like they didn't. Somebody's gonna ask like, okay, we didn't see the whole Stars team or whatever, and then they're gonna put out the statement and they're gonna watch. I guarantee you, they'll be like, "There's too many white men in this movie,"
oh God,
or something like that. I watch. They're gonna say that.
Yeah,
and that's why they didn't put him in.
No comment. Oh man,
because they already did that. Remember WandaVision?
No, I know.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. That's same thing. They're gonna say the same thing.
I remember. All right, man. That's enough for the news. So let's go into the games we have been playing lately. So Riku, we're gonna go with you first, sir. What games have you been playing lately?
Well, since I recently platinumed Samurai Warriors 5, I was going to move back into the backlog. There was some games I wasn't able to finish. Like I still haven't finished Tales of Vesperia. Wanted to knock that out before whatchamacallit, Arise comes out.
Rise.
Yeah.
So, Riku, you had some interesting thoughts on Arise.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for it being this close, I am oddly not that hyped for it.
Yeah, you said the combat doesn't feel good, right?
The demo that I played, I wasn't really feeling the combat that much. It felt like very loose and not in a good way. It's very odd. But I'm also one of those people that believe that not many games can do a demo for a JRPG well.
I agree.
Because they kind of just throw you into a specific part with a specific build. It just felt like I was using somebody else's save, and I didn't really know what I was doing or where I should be, doing all this stuff. It just didn't feel right to me. So maybe when I actually play the game and I have my own save and I start everything from the ground up, everything will be fine. But the demo honestly didn't sell me. It did the opposite. It made me less hyped for the game.
Yeah. Oh, Logic Wins agrees with you, Riku. He said the demo was underwhelming.
Yeah. Weird, because all my other friends are like, "Oh my god, this is game of the year already." I'm like, "What?"
Yo, you got some interesting friends, man. That's all I got to say about that. I need to check this out myself because Tales games, I consider them like comfort food because they're all the same, but they feel good, So I'm like,
good.
I don't expect anything different from this one other than like better graphics. But we'll see.
I think from a gameplay standpoint, they are actually very, very different. But from from the vibe that you get from them, I completely agree.
Yeah.
They all mesh together, like, yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. You say the gameplay because I'm like, I admittedly I haven't played a lot of them. Like I played like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm like, all these games are the same. Like gameplay wise too, like they're all the same shit. To me at least. Like I remember, because Bandai Namco used to have like events in the city where they show their games, and I previewed each because they used to release these games every year, and I reviewed all these games too. So I was like, I'm running out of shit to write about these games because they're all the same. Like I'm like, I like it, but I'm like, the combat's the same, the atmosphere is kind of the same. There's nothing different here other than characters and setting, So I'm hoping this one will be maybe different, but maybe to me, Riku, you said it's too different for you. Maybe to me, I'll be like, oh, it's the same shit, because I feel the other games I've played are the same,
Or maybe it's different enough for you to feel like this is the one that is good for you.
Yeah, maybe. Again, no, but the thing is, I like the games. They're just not different, I like the Tales games. It's just, like I said, they're comfort food. You play a Tales game, you're like, this is nice. Because I don't have to worry about anything. I know how the games play. I know the general feel of the story.
Do you have a specific favorite one?
It's between Exilia and what's the name of it?
Berseria.
Tales of not Berseria. I played Berseria. I like that one. That was good. Tales of Grace's F. It was kind of like a re-release. That was my first one, by the way, so I kind of has a little bit of a special place for me. But that one and Exilia because it was just so grand in scope, that was really cool. Berseria was good too, though.
That's one I kind of wish they would re-release is Grace's F, because a lot of people in the fan base consider that one to have the best gameplay of them all.
It's really good, But again, I don't see a gameplay difference between Grace's F and Berseria and Exilia. I'm like, they play all the same to me,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
not in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way, by the way,
Yeah. I think if you were deeper into it, you probably could. Like with any fan base, if you're deeper into it, you can name all the little tiny differences, and they to that person mean everything.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm pretty sure the guys who get deep in there could find differences, but to me, it's all the same. These games are literally all the same thing, But yeah, so anything. Well, Riku, you don't really play a lot of multiple games, so that's what you're playing right now.
Yeah,
you're not like Adam. Adam's like, I got 50 fucking games,
Yeah, I'm trying. I think this year I've actually been game juggling too much. I've been trying to calm that down. Yeah, trying to bring it back.
Yeah. Rich, what have you been playing lately that you're allowed to talk about publicly?
Wow. Well, that's a very intriguing question. Well, I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima as well, Director's Cut.
Nice.
So I know that Carlos is now trying to get the platinum. I'm right there with Carlos to try and get that, but I do not imagine that's going to happen that quick for me. Carlos might get it before me. We'll have to place a bet to see who actually pulls that off faster.
Well, I think I'm gonna get it by tomorrow. So.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Carlos wins then. For
Yeah,
sure.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have made that bet, and then
Don't make a bet with Carlos, man. You're gonna lose.
I'm a respectful person. By the way, everyone knows, and Rich, it's a beginner's mistake. Don't do bets with me.
Yeah,
man.
no,
You're
don't.
just gonna lose.
Yeah, no, Carlos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, his track record is impeccable. So don't fuck with this man.
Like maybe Rich is the only one that'll get it, but like LeVar Ball said, man, never lost.
Yeah. I remember that. Okay. Yeah, I won't do that. I've also started playing Hades on Xbox. Xbox Series X. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't check this game out last year, but it's a pretty fun game. It has that endless loop of, you get killed and you have to keep coming back alive. So it's not as difficult as Returnal, so I might actually be able to finish this game. Yeah. But aside from that, there are a few other things that I have been playing, but as you mentioned, Tony, I cannot talk about that. So yeah, just all I can say is stay tuned for the Coalition. There's going to be plenty of stuff coming very soon.
There you go. Yeah, gotta keep you protected, man. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Hades is on Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is. That's how I played some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Might try it out.
Yeah, give it a shot. I played an hour. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to play this. I'm good. I just don't fuck with roguelikes, man. They're not my thing.
I can only play them in like I can't play them back to back.
Yeah, no,
I don't like. I can't even remember the last roguelike I played before Returnal. It may have been Rogue Legacy, and that was fucking years ago.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna play that until they probably release it on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, no, I don't mess with it because I always get the shittiest fucking RNG in these games, man. Like Returnal, they love giving me that little pop gun every time. Give me the pop gun, then throw a fucking boss at me right as soon as I get to the second door. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? That big ass squid and shit, motherfucker? Oh, like, nah. Every time, So I play Hades. I'm like, okay, I see where we're going with this, but I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to play this anymore.
You're like, I don't need this.
Yeah. But yeah, what I've been playing lately, if you watch my Twitter, you already know what I've been playing. Motherfucking Yakuza Like a Dragon. So good. When it hits the lips, it's so good. And again, I just, it's so genius how like they changed the combat to turn-based and it still feels the same. It still feels like Yakuza. It's still fucking wild and crazy. Yeah, in a good way, because the Yakuza combat is fucking great as it is. But I'm like, it still has that insane freneticness of the main game. But obviously, it still has JRPG stuff. Like, there's this one dude, you could literally make him disappear and he'll come back with a strong move, just like, what's his face from Final Fantasy IV, where he just zooms out of the screen and shit. Like the Dragoon guy. So they...
Kane.
Kane, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So you could see all the... Yeah, you could do... He doesn't jump off the street, but it's the same equivalent. I'm like, like they have all the, and they even have job systems. Shit, I've been switching my jobs around. Game is so fucking good, man. And like, it's just amazing to me how like they changed the formula but kept the same. But it's also genius how they have the turn-based for the core Yakuza games, but you still have the old school gameplay with Judgment. I'm like, this is fantastic. You get the best of both worlds. There's no losing here, So I've been going ham with that. I think I'm not going to say close to them because, Yakuza, if you want to go deep, you're going to get... Dude, I spent a whole day, 6 hours, just on the management minigame, Like, because it was addictive as fuck. I couldn't stop. I'm like, one more. 6 hours later,
one more game.
Are you going for the platinum on that?
Fuck no. I tried.
I heard things about the platinum, so
fuck that. No. I love me some Yakuza games, but those platinums are brutal. So I'm good. Dragon Kart, don't get me started on Dragon Kart. Dragon Kart, best card game out there. I said it. It's
really?
So yeah, man.
Yo, man, is it better than what is it, Midnight Suns?
Yeah.
Midnight Suns.
No, not cart, Manny, not card, a cart.
Oh, okay.
Management. The management mini game. It's just so good, man. I'm like, I'm playing something like I'm ready to play another turn-based game after this. It's like, oh, it's so good, Sega, man, when Sega hits, they hit, So So that's some good stuff. I'm also gonna start playing because I got to review this game. It's called WRC10. It's a racing game. Yeah, I played a preview of it. I don't know if you know about this game, Rich, but I did a preview of it, and now I got the review, so I'm going to do that. And like you, Rich, there's other things I cannot speak about that I also haven't played. So previews and reviews will be coming to you soon. But yeah, we're getting some games now, man. If I can, I'm gonna try to. I doubt I can because now it's about to get busy. But like I told you, Rika, I want to get back into Final Fantasy IX, especially now. I'm in that JRPG mood, because of Yakuza. Like, yeah,
Final Fantasy 9 or 6?
9. 6. I played that last year. I said I tweeted about that. I'm like, I played 6. Now I got to play 9, and then I'll get to 3 and 5 eventually.
9's a nice throwback.
Yeah.
I never finished that one.
Yeah. They have it on PS4, so I'll be on PS5. But yeah, they did a good update on it,
But you know what?
Because you were in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Skies of Arcadia came out.
Yeah.
I want to go back.
Quick question: what are we expecting from TGS? No predictions from us. We'll wait till TGS and then we'll give you our predictions.
Yeah, I think it's still too early.
It's way too early. I don't like making predictions. I like making predictions like a day before because then I have all the information possible. But we will be covering TGS, brother. You're good.
Also, we like making predictions the day before Microsoft shows because they normally leak everything.
Very easy predictions. Easy predictions there. All right, Chris, what have you been playing lately?
Oh, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
I got back in there. So I was playing New Game Plus because I wanted to go through the game again, and I thought this time I'd cut Shimura's head off, but I didn't get to that far yet. But then I was like, because I didn't rescue him in Castle Kaneda, so Iki Island wasn't unlocked for me. I had to rescue him, and then the Tales of Iki unlocked. Yeah, so when I just went, okay, fuck it, I got to go get him out of there. I want to recruit everybody real fast. I want to play on Iki Island already. So as soon as that I did that popped. It unlocked, and I went straight there. Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing on there. It's nice. It's fun. Like I don't want to spoil it for everyone. I like the story a lot, and it's a pretty sizable piece of land, and there's a lot to do. So, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll just say my horse looks really cool now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chris, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I love how it's the Ghost of Tsushima experience just condensed because it's everything. The exploration. The story. The everything. Oh, so good. So good.
You even get extra, and it's not really a spoiler. You get extra, reputation. So you build that up on the island. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. All right, Manny, you actually have been playing something lately.
Yes, I have. I actually got to play a little bit of Nier Replicant. For those of you who are watching our YouTube channel, I actually live streamed that for you guys, so you can watch that. I mean, it's it's fun about those things. It's nice and relaxed, and we get some pretty decent numbers on there. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining me for that session. The next round of Nier, probably don't know exactly where it's going to be, but I know the next portion I'm going to be going into the desert. So everybody knows about that. Played the game, knows about that area. So yeah, they're good stuff.
All right, and Carlos.
Yeah, sort of what has been mentioned before. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I beat the game maybe almost a week ago, more than a week ago. I'm trying to go for that platinum. It's just grindy. It's just grindy, man. I've visited a lot of fucking fox places, man. I've been following too many goddamn foxes. I'm like, all right, I get it.
But don't you love it when you're trying to go somewhere, right? It's one of three things happens. You'll see a yellow bird, you'll see a fox, or there's like a gang in your way and it says standoff, and you're like, shit. Well, now my honor demands that I have to get stopped.
You have because motherfuckers are talking shit. So you gotta do something about it.
You're calling yourself the ghost?
Yeah. I do that every time. Like, who's talking shit? Who's talking shit? Let's go.
That's it. Yeah.
You're
So
riding
I can't
on
get
your horse?
anywhere. I can't get
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, you're riding your horse,
I've killed 100 dudes, found 5 foxes and shit. It's 2 hours later. I finally arrived.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
like, what do you need?
I'm about to. I have to rescue my goddamn uncle, but this fucking bird just flew by me,
That's
man. I gotta
it.
follow it.
Yep.
Like, god damn it. Yeah, I feel you, Chris. That's especially I had in mind. I want to complete it. I want to do as much as I can before completing it to just get a lot to do. But there's just a shit ton of foxes, man. It's like all those things, and then it's cool because once you defeat all of the sort of the territories that you need to take back, it opens up the fog thing, so you can see all of the freaking question marks that are left over.
Yeah.
So yeah, been enjoying Ghost of Tsushima.
Yo, Carlos, you've been doing those like special duels, like the one-on-ones and shit. Those are fucking epic, man.
Yeah, with the hat guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I defeated all of them. I've done all the duels, I think. Yeah, because it's cool. It's pretty cool. There's the duels you have to do with, just not to spoil. You have to duel with a certain amount of people, so you can duel with one person at the end. That was pretty cool. Oh, and I did one side mission that was pretty sad. It's probably the saddest part of the whole game. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. The poison lady. The one that hooks it up with the poison.
Vaguely.
You're talking about the DLC.
Remember, it's been a year since I played this, so
So there,
Well, we don't need to go into. We don't need to go into it.
Yeah, well, there's one mission that I'm like, God damn. But yeah, the game. By the way, the game is fucking dark, man. It's like, yeah, we're gonna, it's just a random mission. It's like, hey, I've uncovered this one person who's looking for his family. They're probably dead.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You're on your horse and like everything's burnt. You see motherfuckers hanged on trees. Like there's burned bodies everywhere. Like this shit is not pretty.
Yeah. And
like,
also
you're like, this shit is not pretty, but it's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
But it's so pretty, man. Yeah, game's great. I can see, because I didn't finish it last year. I started it, but I played like a couple of hours. I didn't really finish it. I see why people say was the game of the year last year.
That was mine.
I would probably agree.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't finish Cyberpunk either last year, so we'll see about that.
You don't know what's Cyberpunk? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I never heard of that game.
Ironically, if Cyberpunk was promised, that probably would have been my game of the year, but they fucked up. Last year was good, bro. We had Final Fantasy remake too. Like,
that was my game of the year.
That was my game of the year for a long time. Again, Ghost of Tsushima came out.
Yeah, that Final Fantasy. I need to replay. I need to do the DLC for that.
I'm gonna say this about last year. Even though I do think overall it wasn't that great, the good games that hit, they hit. Doom Eternal was another one. Man, that was fantastic.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
Ori,
that's another one. Love me that Ori. Damn, I'm good. Everybody play games, man. Because sometimes some of us like, I don't play nothing. We're all gaming.
That's usually me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You and Carlos, Would you just heard Carlos? The amount of time Carlos talked has been the most he's talked during this segment in like a year.
Well, because I usually used to play Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, right. That's all.
Or chess.
Or chess.
Or chess. That's true. That's true. Well, it's because when you're doing a platinum for a game, you're doing everything.
That's it.
It's like you have to do everything in the story and all the extras. So yeah, like it's there's a lot of complaining. Like even doing the platinum for this, like I don't want to do a platinum anymore for a long time, unless it's like a Miles Morales type of platinum.
Yo, by the way, Enrico, maybe you could you probably will relate to this. When I'm hearing Carlos's story about platinums, I just imagine that gif of James Franco in the news, like your first time. like that's just how platinums work, bruh. That's just how it is. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be in there for the long haul.
Yeah, I committed to this. That's why I've been playing this game nonstop every single day. By the way,
nice,
for like the past 2 weeks.
You're some kind of gamer.
I'm trying. I'm no Adam though.
Yeah, Adam. Adam on a regular week he has played more games than us combined. just on a normal week. You know,
I am still amazed that he's able to he has lived the same way, being married and having children, and still playing and doing the same shit that he's able to do.
Watching like a million hours of wrestling.
I don't know how he does it.
Watching wrestling, doing his, taking care of his kids, fucking going online, looking at tech shit,
playing with his dolls.
Buying wrestling figures. This is
all the person I know that has rivals him in time management is fucking Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon Sanderson.
No. I fell off, man. I fell off. My time management is fucking booty butt cheek. Let us know.
Oh,
I'm not on their tiers. I wish I was, bro. I wish I was. Anytime someone asks me what superpower you want, I'm like, man, give me time manipulation.
Yeah,
I'll freeze this whole motherfucker and go to sleep.
Rico, I mean, remember when we first met, that's one of the first things I told you, like, I wish the hyperbolic chamber was a real thing, bro.
Yo, I want it more than ever now, man.
All right, Chef, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate that, man. You take care. By the way, Manny, he said he appreciates the art you post. I don't know what he's talking about, but he liked
I did a little side note. It is the 6th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid V. So, the Phantom Pain. So I just went through my old tweets and just boom, posted all the shit from like 5 years ago.
Hey, Manny, 6 years ago. You know what else is the anniversary of?
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max.
Yep.
The game that infamously came out on the same day.
Yep. Know? I mean, to be like, they had the misfortune of being on that game on that day, which I haven't played, but I did buy that day.
Oh shit!
I did buy Mad Max.
So, Manny, you're saying you bought a game that you haven't played?
I mean, I fully mean to play it. It's still in there, but I'm probably going to start over again. I think I got past the first area, and then I got to one of the first sections, and me and open worlds, man. Like,
yeah. Now I had to give you a little shit because you were giving me shit about that the other day.
Oh yeah,
like,
but I'm
like,
not buying.
Hey, I intend to play these games eventually. You know?
You don't.
Yeah,
you
just
do. Like it. You just like the price is good. I love it.
Yeah, but I don't buy any cheap bullshit. I'm not gonna buy Midnight Suns for $5. You know what I'm saying?
You don't buy that game. Though.
No,
but the Mad Max game. I fully plan to play that game. I started it, but I'm so reluctant with open world games. I just get that sort of fatigue.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just want to go on a journey and not have to be able to walk every single place that you need to go. Hey, look, I got to go take a horse or take a taxi or drive a car. Can I just appear there and then just continue the story? No?
Yeah. By the way, I spent a good chunk of time doing that Yakuza. I realized, because there's taxis that take you everywhere, but you have to activate the taxi, try to go into it. And then I was like, oh, shit. This makes it easier. So I went around every block trying to find taxis, so now I could just zip around the whole map, By the way, one interesting thing, and again, this goes to my specific way of gaming. People are saying, "Oh man, Yakuza gets really grindy after level 7." I'm like, I'm on level 10. I'm fine, but that's because I do literally every side mission. I'm like, I'm good. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. It's interesting, man. I think we're done. Good show. 350 episodes. A couple. Even though it's over, for you guys who did join, I want to thank you for being a part of my latest Bright Live session. It was fucking awesome.
Nice.
It was really lively and stuff. There was only one kind of hiccup, and this is funny. I've lived in this place for decades, right? First time I had a brownout during and this happened during the show.
Oh my god!
But you know why that was, right? Because of the hurricane and shit, right? But thankfully, because my guest was Cherie Smith, who was my editor at Laptop Mag, and I just touched him like, "Yo, keep it going," But she didn't need any prodding from me; she was doing her thing, So it was really well. We had a good 12 people in there. We were taking questions. It ended up being me, Cherie, and then my friend Mike, who's also my other editor from Tom's Side. He's working at CNN right now, and
nice.
it was good stuff, man. So I want to shout out everybody who was there, and I haven't announced my next one yet. I've still got to plan it, but I'm going to try to do another one next month. Bright people are very happy with that. And the other thing we got to announce is that this Sunday we will be doing Throwdown Your Questions 350, the AMA special. So if you guys want to ask us any non-video game questions, that's where we kind of specialize with the AMAs. AMAs, not MMAs. Go to our Discord and hit us up. I believe some of you guys already asked us some questions, but at the same time, I'm not going to forbid you if you slide a video game question in there, because with all this shit that happened this week, like this was kind of a bad week to have AMA, it was like a lot of gaming stuff, but maybe we'll do one video game question so I can at least have a clip ready, because I'm not going to make a clip of something like, what do you guys plan to do in 5 years? I'm not going to make clips of that, but yeah, so, usual time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the AMA special. 2 questions per person. We used to do 3, but then the shows went off forever, But other than that, ask us whatever, man. Pop culture, life shit, financial, whatever you want, as long as it's not like offensive, Valideer, subscribe. I think that's my man. Yeah. Mom, yo, dude, we got to hang out, man. It's been too long, brother. Slim Slice just subscribed. I like these subscriptions, man.
Yeah,
good stuff, man.
Oh, it's shout out to Barry Burton. Barry Burton's the one giving them away.
Oh shit, there you go.
Thanks, man.
That is dope. All right, I think we are done here. So, man, you have anything to plug?
I mean, we did I did the Near Replicant stream the other day, so that's just all I got for now. Nothing new yet, but we got some things, some cool stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, no, Adam. Actually, Carlos, you could plug your stuff, right, for Adam?
Yeah, make sure. Yeah, make sure to catch the I Am Negan podcast. It's a podcast that revolves around the world of The Walking Dead. This week we covered the latest episode of The Walking Dead, which is I believe was episode 3, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Yeah, that one. Yep. So make sure you check out I Am Negan on thecoalition.com, on Coalition on YouTube, on Spotify, using I Am Negan. Yeah, we talk Walking Dead. We're fans of Negan. We have a good time. And make sure to catch us there if you're interested.
There you go, man. Riku, do you want to plug anything?
At Riku-san1 on Twitter. That's all I got, people.
There you go. And Rich, what you got to plug, sir?
Well, a few quick things. First and foremost, yes, there is some more things coming to the coalition, so stay tuned for that. I also want to plug I Am Negan, because I think we're going to be recording another episode soon. So stay tuned for that. And one of the main things I definitely want to say, I want to give a shout out to all of you for getting to 350 episodes. And I look forward to seeing 350 more, so on and so on.
My man.
Yay.
Appreciate that,
Thanks
brother.
a lot, man.
Thanks for giving us a home.
Thanks for giving us a home, man. For those of you who are newer to the show, I mean, we before we had gone on to the coalition, we were on a site called STFU and Play, and created by Torrance Davis, who at some point he decided that he didn't want to do any sort of gaming stuff. So Gary and Mr. Richard Bailey Jr. came in and gave us a nice home to do the show, and yeah, good stuff.
There you go. Shout out to Death Strike Virus. He's been a fan of ours forever. He's a good friend on Twitter. Big metalhead like me and Manny. Good stuff. I sent you guys that Joe Satriani song the other day. Man, he's like, "Where's the Silver Surfer?" Because they had to change the cover.
Yeah,
Right,
they switched out the Silver Surfer because it got too expensive to license the Silver Surfer from Marvel.
Yeah, that's annoying. I'm like, come on, like they get the colors right at least, silver and red and all that. But it's like,
yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, good stuff, man. But yeah, 350, you already know, gonna keep it going. Episode 400 next year and on September, Again, that's what's cool about Throwdown. But like, since we're very all our shows always come at the same time, so we could tell you with certainty we will have episode 400 for you next year, both shows. So good stuff there. I believe that's it. I think we got all the plugs. Again, Riku, Rich, thank you for being on, holding us down here. We always try to have good guests that are family members effectively beyond these special episodes. And you guys are definitely family, so thanks for being here with us, man.
Family.
No problem.
Family.
Yes.
All right, people. That's yeah. That's gonna do it for us, man. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter, and join the Discord where it is always popping, man. You can find us on any podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show. That's 2 words, Throwdown Show. And you can visit throwdownshow.com to listen to previous episodes. If you're watching us on YouTube and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of when our videos go up. That is Throwdown episodes, past episodes of these, and the clips, and sometimes Manny's streams, because we have some weirdity going on with Twitch that you can't stream for whatever reason.
It involves logging out and then logging back in. It's the dumbest way to do shit.
It's crazy stuff, man. But yeah, links to everything, as always, down below in the description, people. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
You know who it is. It's the manga guy.
Oh, man. Riku-san 1, the only one.
Peace out, people.
And Mr. Richard Bailey Jr.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, people. We'll see you on Sunday. AMA special. Let's go. Later.
Holiday.